Hello, welcome to Card Minds. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be an Aries weekly money and career reading from November 8th to the 14th, 2022. Let's see what messages we have for this current week. What energies are coming in? What are we changing? What are we shifting? What are we deciding? Aries. Money and career, November 8th to the 14th. The Fool. Wow. New adventure. New adventure. Seems like you're deciding, Aries, to embark on something new, unknown. Not quite sure exactly what it's going to be. You're not quite sure maybe exactly what it entails, right? Entails. It's almost like you're shifting to a new way of working, or a new company, or a new subject, even like a new environment. Maybe you're shifting careers. Maybe it's something that you are deciding to work on a completely different type of project, right? In a different field. And you're trying to master that field? Yes, look at that, Ace of Wands. So it's a new journey. Now, it doesn't have to be a completely different type of career. It doesn't have to be a complete career change. It can be. It looks like it's a big new adventure. It's something that excites you. It's something that gives you a new dynamic. To go out there for that adventure, to go out there and learn more, or discover more, or just get your hands dirty in a different type of way, right? It's, when I say that, it's like discovering a new subject, starting to work with a completely different team on something. And it's almost, yes, it is a new adventure, because you don't really know how this is going to work out, or how these people work. It feels like almost like you're moving to a different city, and you're starting to work on a project in a new company, or right, and a company you never worked for, or people you never worked with, and there's a lot of money involved. You have to make sure you watch your back, not in a bad way, or, okay, all right, with this Eight of Wands, it seems like you are getting out. You're leaving a certain situation, job, business, project, partnership, take it as it resonates, that with maybe even just one person that you didn't agree with, right? Or it doesn't have to be a person, this Seven of Swords. It can be just an energy that you don't agree with. You don't want to work that way, or you don't agree on certain decisions, or the direction it's going in. Right? And you don't like the way it's managed, or you don't like the philosophy of the whole thing. And it can be just one person, and it can be this King of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that you're working with, and you're not really seeing eye to eye with this person, and you're out of there. I mean, not out of there, out of there. You're moving on in a different way of working with this Fool, completely different, something that makes you happy, a direction that is in sync with your core beliefs, with the way you want to work, with your idea, the way you want to develop your idea, or whatever this is. If this is a project you're developing, an idea you're developing, a new team you're working with in a new company, yes, you're moving into something much more pleasant, much more that gives you joy and happiness, because you enjoy the people you work with. And I think you're getting out of a situation where I don't think it was bad. I think that it's almost like the same project or the same group of people or the same work business you're working in or idea you're developing in. It's just that you don't like this King of Pentacles. You don't want to deal with this person. And I really think that this is just one person or one energy that's getting under your skin out of that. But you've kept your control, right? You've kept that unique mindset that you have, Aries, that ambition to just move forward. You know it's the right thing to do. You know how to develop this, or you know how to maneuver in that job, in that company, in that business, right? Take it as it resonates. It will be different for everyone. But it's you really know how to maneuver. And yes, it takes stamina, but it also takes that inner soul development, right? To be comfortable with who you are, to be comfortable with your choice, your direction, your decision to move, to not work with that person anymore. I feel like this is either a situation, a financial situation, where you're not agreeing on maybe a budget, or maybe the way the budget is spent, or the way the budget is allocated, or something like that. I don't know why I'm saying that, but right, it seems like it's a situation, a financial situation you don't agree with. And so you're moving on this project in a completely different way, a different approach. So maybe yes, maybe you're part of a new team. Maybe this is a company that's developing something, and they shifted and they built a new team or hired a new team for this project, and you're working with a new manager, a new person, and it's completely different. Yes, it's almost like you're in a company and working in an office or not in an office, in a company. It doesn't matter what the subject is. And there's a change of management. And then there's a complete different way of working, different way of managing. Or you are manager and you are shifting, releasing certain people, or you're moving on to a different company to develop the same project, whatever it is, you're building something for sure, but you're still not sure exactly how it's going to come out, right? What you're excited. It's exciting. But, and now I think that once you get rid of this person, it's almost that, and I don't like to say it in that way, but it's always, once you get rid of that energy, it can be like that bad apple, that person, or that person that's not managing the finances in the way you want it, or the way you think it should be, something like that. And now you are redirecting your powers, redirecting your skills on a different path, working differently. Yes, and that with new people, and enjoying working with these people. Maybe you're putting a team together, or maybe a team is put together and you are part of it, right? And that makes you happy. Understanding the power of each person, understanding everything you, sorry, I'm picking up a card on the floor, understanding everything you've worked on, that time you spent, that time you spent waiting for this to start, waiting for this project to be green lighted, waiting to get that job, waiting to be part of that team, waiting to boss up in that promotion, or waiting to get that job once you were out of school or got your diploma. You worked really hard, spent a lot of time and money on this subject, project, business. Take it as it resonates, and comment down below, Aries. I know Aries are not much for commenting. Aries, you're very, very discreet on your comments. So I never really know if you connect with these readings or not, because I feel like you are the sign that comments the least. But comment, let me know if you connect. And again, not everybody wants to comment and share their journeys, and that I completely understand. But put a little sign down below, a little heart down below. Let me know that you connected with this reading or enjoyed this reading in somewhat shape or form. You're imposing, you're moving out of there. It's a shift, it's action forward, but or quickly, right? You're realizing, I think you thought long and hard how to figure this out, how to get out of there, or how to shift, or how to change teams, change companies, or change managements, or how to change a team if you are the management, right? Something like that. And now you're comfortable with your choices, comfortable with the direction it's going, right? You spend a lot of time thinking about it, reorganizing, figuring it out. And if this is not you part of a team, if this is you in your own company, if you're a freelance or independent or starting your own company or already started your own company, you're redirecting your company and you're financing in a different way. You're building it in a different way. It's a whole different philosophy that you're taking on now. But you had to think really hard to figure out how you could make this happen. And so, example, you partnered up with someone, you started a company, and it was going fine until you realized something was fishy or something wasn't going right financially. And it doesn't have to be financially, but that's the way it feels. And you had to make decisions, make harsh decisions to maybe separate yourself from that person, or develop something new to develop your company in a different way and go in a completely different direction to make money on, maybe a different product, maybe a different idea, redirecting. And you're imposing this new idea, imposing a new way of management, for example, or imposing a new team, or imposing a new idea, a new product, something like that, or a new way of making it, or a new way of communicating. If it's PR, right? PR or communications, having to communicate in a different way. If you're selling something, if you're selling a product, an idea, a business, selling a service, right? It feels like you hit a roadblock in your way of developing the business and putting it out there. And so now you're reconfiguring, you're rethinking the whole thing and moving in a different direction. And so it's new, you're excited because now you're starting this, you're trying something new. And when we try something new, even though we don't always know if it's going to work or not, we have the power and the ambition and the energy and the positivity to make it work, right? You have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. All right. Now, it can also be you just starting a new job, right? Right, as simple as that. Yes. New job, new cycle. Closing something and opening a new door and knowing that this is done. It's done. You're not going to do it that way anymore, or you're not going to work with those people anymore, or you're not going to work with that company anymore, or you're not going to, right, sell that project in that way, or that product, or right, that service in a completely different way. Maybe you want to shift clientels, customers, environments, right? You're shifting. All right, here we go. Yes. Again, the 10 of Cups. Moving forward, we have a lot of doubles. Moving forward, you're happy. You're really happy with what you've developed now, what your new idea, where you stand. You're happy with where you stand now and how you're going to push this forward now. It took you a while to figure it out. It was not easy. but you persevered. And it's, yeah, action. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. Yes, there's a partner there. If it's not a partner, it's a company partner or people you're working with or connecting with on the same vibe. It seems successful this time around. And it's going to get better. And you're seeing things, you're in a different frame of mind and seeing much more positive now. It's almost like you have that eureka idea. Oh my, yes, of course, let's do it that way. Let's change teams and do it different, or let's communicate in a different way, or let's start selling to a completely different, on a different territory, or let's open up to the world, or let's not sell it that way. Let's have a completely different approach to the sales, something like that. And it's working. It's working because you're opening up to much more positive vibes on this business sales idea. I don't know why I keep feeling it's like sales. It doesn't have to be at all, but it's, you know, having the Fool there is now you're trusting yourself. You're trusting yourself and you're having faith as you engage in this new way of working, in this new career dynamic, right? And the moment you let go, the more you let go of the old ways, of the ways that didn't work in this situation, now you can sort of surrender to the now. And the more you let go, the more potential you're allowing into your path. You know, almost like you're experiencing this for the first time, whatever it is, this business, job, project, idea, take it as it resonates. You're really opening up to the world around you. See, you're seeing this in a completely different way. It's very interesting. And so, you know, or maybe you're opening up internationally, right? Or it's, yeah, opening up to a completely different clientele, right? Your target is different. And this, and this Wheel of Fortune not only tells you that now finally it's moving forward, you have the green light for the new way of doing this, or you finally have the right team, or you finally have the finances to do it differently, to step up the game, or you finally know exactly who you're targeting, right, in this new approach to this business. And it's going to get better. And as you are optimistic, right, optimistic, and you have faith, right, you're sending out positive vibes because you're much more, not that you weren't ambitious before, but now you're excited because you feel it's working. And it's moving forward and it's developing and you're gaining momentum here, whether it's more customers or more sales or you're feeling more comfortable in the job or you're connecting better or, you know, your numbers are up or whatever brings positivity to your job, because you accepted to expand your territory. You accepted, or you're accepting to expand your ways, to expand your knowledge, to expand this business, right? It can be as simple as expanding internationally, right? But it can be also as simple as expanding your job, taking on more responsibility within your job. And that is boosting you forward. And, you know, as you open up to the help of others, or as you open up to the knowledge of others, to more knowledge, to boss up in your company or boss up in your field, or see a larger perspective to develop business, right? Now that is influencing your situation, and that is making you, even if it's challenging, right? It's making you accept, or making you understand to accept what's happening, to accept to do this differently, to accept to, change gears, or do it in a completely different way, or work with completely different people. maybe even in a different country, right? So adapt and go with the flow, because this is probably an opportunity or a way of working or an approach or an idea or a vision or a perspective that you weren't thinking of, or you didn't know, or you didn't think of, or you didn't expect when you started originally in this job. So I think there are opportunities that are becoming available. I think that they're suddenly becoming available. It might be unfamiliar because you have to adapt and you have to work in a different way, maybe even in a different country, in a different language with, but it's really a chance to turn things into a new direction. All right, let's see if there's one last message for the road. Aries, weekly money and career, November 8th to the 14th. One last message for the road. There you go. Four of Wands just popped out. Celebrating. Being happy where you stand, really. Celebrating with your coworkers, with friends, with family, just knowing that you're comfortable with your choices. You're comfortable with where you are now. Wow. And it might be a second time around, right? Where you're doing things in a different way. You started a business or started an idea, didn't really work out, and you're starting in you're rethinking the whole thing. And this is a really, really good dynamic this time around. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't yet. Comment down below if you connect with these energies or find these readings helpful along the way. And if you don't want to comment, which I completely understand, not everybody wants to share their journeys on these platforms, just put a heart down below. Let me know you connected with these energies. Thank you so much for watching. And if you just stumbled upon this channel and enjoyed this reading or connected with it in some way, shape, or form, please comment as well, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thank you so much for watching. Aries, have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.